What you are looking at is a massive circular feature within Mauritania. It is a truly beautiful geologic oddity largely only visible from satellite. Known as the Eye of the Sahara, it is a spectacular 40-kilometer or 25-mile wide feature which contrasts with the overall coloration of the surrounding landscape. We didn't know that this massive feature existed until we sent humans into space where they specifically searched for massive circular structures on the planet. However, this massive feature is not an impact crater. Although this geologic oddity does contain numerous concentric rings, it has a different origin which is partially volcanic. This video will discuss this spectacular feature and describe how it formed. The Eye of the Sahara can be found in west-central Mauritania where it is not too far from the border with western Sahara. Specifically, it is 175 kilometers east-northeast of the city of Afar. The Eye of the Sahara began forming 100 million years ago when the supercontinent Pangaea was breaking apart. At the time, the African and South American plates were separating from one another. This is why the edge of these two continents can seemingly fit together like a jigsaw puzzle as they once were connected. The rifting of Pangaea caused an immense amount of volcanic activity. Some of the magma related with this event intruded into a weak point in the crust which is now in western Mauritania. Over time, a large volume of magma totaling several hundred cubic kilometers of molten rock began pushing upwards towards the surface. This in turn began pushing the crust on the surface upwards, creating a series of ring-like layers. Over many millions of years, a large circular dome of uplifted rock formed due to the movement of magma over a wide area. Soon, the underlying magma came into contact with a large layer of limestone which was beneath the center of the eye. This interaction caused the limestone to dissolve, causing the center of the dome to collapse downwards much like a sinkhole or volcanic caldera. The rock which filled this empty space is known as breccia. Eventually, a volume of magma got close enough to the surface that it began to interact with the surprisingly abundant groundwater in the region. This groundwater flashed to steam due to the intense heat, which caused an immense amount of pressure to build. Then, the pressure became too great and the ground exploded upwards in what is termed a phreatic eruption. After the ash and dust cleared, what remained was a 2-kilometer-wide crater. Today, the remnants of this mar can be observed due to the salts and other white mineralization in its crater. Eventually, the vast magma chamber cooled, causing the uplift to stop. In the more than 90 million years since, the ring-like layers have eroded away at uneven levels largely dependent on their rock type. Harder rocks eroded away to form cliffs, while softer rocks were almost completely obliterated over time. As an example, limestone was most likely to completely erode away while harder sandstone remained in the landscape. An interesting quirk of the Eye of the Sahara is that the oldest rocks are formed in its center while the youngest rocks are found near its edge. Overall, more than 1.2 billion years of geologic history are exposed in this vast feature. Although best visible via satellite or an airplane, it can be visited via a number of remote dirt roads. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to request a specific topic, please leave a comment below. Additionally, if you wish to support this channel, consider becoming a patron on Patreon.